Sarah was a woman who lived in a small town. She had a big dream. Her dream was to become a runner. But Sarah had never run before in her life. She always thought, "I'm not fast enough to be a runner." She watched other runners and felt small. She thought, "Maybe I can't do it." This thought was in her mind every day. But one morning, she woke up and felt different. She decided, "I will try today." Sarah put on her old shoes. They were not running shoes, but she didn't care. She felt nervous, but excited. She took a deep breath and went outside. The sun was shining, and the air was fresh. She walked to the park. When she got there, she saw other runners. They ran fast. Sarah felt slow, but she said, "That's okay. I'm just starting." She began to walk around the park. At first, Sarah just walked. She felt her legs getting tired. Her heart was beating fast. She wanted to stop. But then, she remembered her dream. "Don't give up now," she told herself. So she kept walking. After 30 minutes, Sarah felt very tired, but she was happy. She had started her journey to becoming a runner. The next day, Sarah woke up with sore legs. She felt like staying in bed. "Maybe I should rest today," she thought. But she remembered how good she felt after walking yesterday. She put on her shoes and went back to the park. This time, she tried jogging. At first, her feet felt heavy. Her heart beat faster, but she kept going. After a few weeks, Sarah could run for 10 minutes without stopping. She felt stronger. Her legs didn't hurt as much. She was happy with her progress. But one day, something bad happened. While running, Sarah tripped and fell. She heard a crack in her leg. Sarah had broken her leg. She had to go to the hospital. The doctor told Sarah that she couldn't run for many months. Sarah felt sad. She thought, "I worked so hard, and now I can't run." For weeks, she stayed at home. She couldn't walk or run. She felt like giving up. But one day, Sarah looked out the window and saw people running in the park. She remembered her dream. "I can't give up now," she thought. After many months, Sarah's leg healed. She started walking again. It was hard at first, but she didn't stop. She walked every day. Slowly, her leg got stronger. One day, Sarah felt ready to try running again. She put on her shoes and went to the park. She felt nervous, but she started to run. Her legs were shaking, and she was out of breath. But she kept going. She thought, "Don't give up." After more months of training, Sarah was stronger than ever. She signed up for her first race. It was a 5-kilometer race in her town. Sarah felt nervous. "What if I can't finish?" she thought. But she remembered her journey. She thought, "I didn't give up before, and I won't give up now." On the day of the race, Sarah stood at the starting line. There were many people around her. Some were experienced runners. Some were new like her. Sarah's heart was beating fast. The race began, and everyone started running. Sarah ran too. At first, she felt good. Her legs were strong. Her breath was steady. But soon, she started to get tired. Maybe I should stop, she thought. But then she remembered all her hard work. No, I can do this, she told herself. Sarah kept running. She could see the finish line ahead. Her heart was beating fast, and her legs were tired. But she didn't stop. She thought, don't give up now. She ran as fast as she could. When she crossed the finish line, she felt so proud. She had finished her first race. It wasn't easy, but she did it. After that, Sarah signed up for more races. Each race was hard, but Sarah always remembered to keep going. She won some small races in her town. The first time she won, she couldn't believe it. She stood at the finish line, holding her first place medal. I did it, she thought. Her heart was full of joy. She felt proud and strong. She had come a long way from the woman who was too scared to run. Sarah's biggest race was a marathon. A marathon is 42 kilometers long. It was the hardest race she had ever done. The night before the race, Sarah felt nervous again. She thought, can I really do this? But she remembered her journey. She remembered the day she broke her leg and how hard it was to walk again. If I can get through that, I can do anything, she thought. On the day of the marathon, Sarah stood at the starting line with hundreds of runners. It was a cold morning. Her legs felt shaky, and her heart was beating fast. When the race began, she started running slowly. She knew this race would be long. After a few kilometers, Sarah felt strong. But as the kilometers went by, she started to feel tired. At 30 kilometers, her legs hurt, and she felt like stopping. But she thought, I have come so far. I can't stop now. At 40 kilometers, Sarah was exhausted. Her legs were burning, and her breath was short. She could see the finish line, but it felt so far away. She thought, maybe I should stop. But then she remembered all the races she had finished before. She remembered how proud she felt every time she crossed the finish line. Don't give up, she told herself. With her last bit of energy, Sarah ran as fast as she could. She crossed the finish line, and tears filled her eyes. She had done it. She had finished the marathon. People were cheering for her. Her friends and family hugged her. They said, "You did it, Sarah." Sarah smiled. She felt strong, proud, and happy. She had never felt so alive. From that day on, Sarah knew that she could do anything if she didn't give up. She continued to run races, and every time she crossed the finish line, she remembered how far she had come. She had turned her dream into reality. Sarah became a champion, not because she was the fastest, but because she never gave up. If you enjoy the story, please like, subscribe, and share.